Hey, welcome to today's video. I am Amy, this is Chaos Break, and today we're going to look at these little donut palettes a little closer from I Heart Revolution. I did use them on my eyes today, and I want to see my thoughts and see how they went on. Sit back, take a break with me.
Oh, Sunday. Oh, Monday. Oh, Tuesday.
Alrighty, so let's get right into this. So I will show you in a minute how these went on, and then at the end I'll tell you my thoughts. These come in these adorable little boxes that I know I'm not going to be able to keep forever, but they almost look like little donut boxes from the bakery. So that is super cute. I did get these from Ulta online. I don't know if they're going to be in stores at all. When I went to my store after these were released and I saw them online, did I see them online or did I see them somewhere else? Saw them somewhere and I was in my store and I looked for them and I did not, they weren't there. So I don't know if it was just mine or if they're not going to be carried in stores, but they are on Ulta's website and they are $7 a piece. So the two that I have here, I have the Maple Glazed, and then this pink one is Raspberry Icing. They do have three others. There's a chocolate, a kind of orangey peachy one, I think, and a blue one. So there are 5 total. I am going to do some swatches. I want to just point out a couple of things. This hand is stained from makeup, but also pretty bruised. My hands are very dry. If you see blue spots on them, like here, that is from cake dye. And I just took fingernail polish off and I was going to repaint my nails, but I was like, why? I just have to take it off again later because when you work with food, you're not really supposed to have painted nails. So I didn't do that and my hands look very rough. So we're just gonna move on. So let's look at the Maple Glazed ones first. They have a nice little mirror in there, which I think is super cool. And then they have 5 shadows. There are not names on the shadows. I think it's just 1, 2. Yeah, on the back here it just says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as far as this yellow one goes, the Maple Glazed, I have been surprised by how much I have been using this and how much I really like it. Get the last 2 on there. Whoa. So that's what the 5 shades look like. I think this is you could wear this on a daily basis. I really like this kind of brassy, not brassy, it's kind of more brassy gold. This is kind of more of a coppery gold. You have a kind of more light gold, a darker matte, and a lighter matte. So that is what the Maple Glazed palette looks like. I don't think with these that you'll get a ton of different looks, but I do think that for going away, they'd be pretty good. They're nice and compact. All right. This is what the inside of the Raspberry Icing looks like. The Raspberry Icing has 3 mattes and 2 shimmers. Oh, I forgot to mention. These do have a little bit of a scent. I don't really notice it a lot. Did I just put that on my nose? Of course. This one is just kind of sweet. I would say I could see the donut part of it or smell the donut part a little bit. Does kind of smell like a donut. And this one has more of a light raspberry scent, which I actually like the scent of this one. So let's go ahead and swatch these. Here's that lightest pink shade. Where'd that fuzzy come from? This one is a matte. It's kind of being reflective on there, but it is a matte. Let me see if I can build that one up a little bit. And then the last two shades. This one here I do have on my lid today, this one, and I was like super impressed when I swatched it. I used this palette for the first time today. So there's the other matte, and then here is that last shimmer. Like, holy moly. Alright, so that is the Raspberry Icing. Alright, let's get into how I put these on today, and then at the end I will kind of tell you my thoughts. Okay, so for today's look, I used the Raspberry Icing palette. This is very pink, so I'm a little bit intimidated, but I'm kind of excited. So I'm going to take the lightest pink shade here and kind of put that all over my lid and into my crease. I don't see, let's go a little closer, a whole lot of pigmentation coming off of that, but it is there. Can definitely see a difference. Okay, so to deepen up the crease, I'm going to use, I kind of want to use them all. Oh, let's see. We'll deepen up the crease with the bright pink. See what happens. I'm using a much smaller brush. Gonna kind of pat that in there and then blend it out. That's pretty. These blend really nice. Okay, for my outer corner today, I'm going to go in with this deeper, more like mauve-y tone. It's not super dark, so we'll see what we can do with it. It's not. A little bit of fallout from that one, but I did pick up a lot of product. One thing I don't feel like with this one is that there's a ton of like difference in the colors once the three pink mattes are on the eyes. So let's take our first brush and go back into the lightest pink shade that we used first and kind of try to blend out the edges a little bit. It's pretty. I'm not used to doing like an all pink eye look though. So let's go ahead and go into the yellow one. This was not my plan. But let's take this brown in here and put that on the kind of outer corner just for a little bit of dimension. Oh, I was like, man, I'm blurry, but there was a plastic on there. We're going to use that big fluffy brush again and kind of blend out the edges of that brown shade we just added on. Go into the light pink just to have a little bit of a color to blend it with. that definitely added a little bit of dimension or definition to the outer corner. Alright, just from swatching it, I'm super excited about the next shade we're going to go into. But I'm also quite intimidated because it's pretty dark. But I'm going to take this shade, which is a shimmer, and put that on most of my lid. Let's see. I'll try it just with the brush first. I'm getting lots of fallout. Okay. Let's try spraying the brush. It's definitely pigmented, but let's try spraying the brush to eliminate some of that fallout. Sometimes I don't like to spray my brush just because I feel like the shadows don't go on as smooth when it's wet, but that is intense. I need to blend the crease. How did that even get up there? I'm going to blend that into the outer edge. Just kind of trying to pull. I'm going to go into the brown a little bit, kind of try to go back and forth between the two to blend them together really good. That is intense. I'm going to take a clean fluffy brush and blend the edges again with the light pink shade. I fell out there and I wiped it instead of using a brush and it just smeared. Oh well. I'm going to go back into the brown shade from the Maple Glazed palette and run that under my lash line. I'm going to take this little tiny Luxie brush here and use the last shade from the pink one that we did not use, the center shade here, and do that on the inner corner, kind of up onto the lid just a little bit. See how this one goes dry. I think this is really pretty. I'm having a hard time because this is, every once in a while I like some color, but this is pretty bold for me. But I do think it's really pretty. Alright, I'm going to throw mascara on and then we'll get into kind of my final thoughts. Alright, so kind of to conclude this video, I have been, if you watch Jessica Braun, she's been saying lately, and this really kind of hits home for me, that she doesn't want to say that something is good for the price. And I totally get that. Don't we want things to just be good? I kind of get the good for the price thing because, I mean, you want things to be good, but you can't necessarily expect a little $7 palette to be the same as a $40 palette. I mean, I do think there should be, that $40 palette should be better than my $7 palette, but it's not the way that things always work. And I do think things should just be good. So what I will say with these is that I think they are great for the price. But I also just think they are just good. I did have some fallout. You're not going to get a ton of different looks, but they're only five shadows. I don't find the smell to be unappealing. This is not a look that I would go for every day, but I do think it is pretty. I did swatch them again. I do think I will reach for the yellow one a lot more. They're just more everyday colors that I would really like. I keep trying to figure out what to call this. I guess it's more of like a yellow gold. Not so much brassy like I may have said earlier, but I really kind of am drawn to that color. But I think this would be a great palette for, I know they have a brown one too, and that would probably be a good, nice everyday one. But you can just, if you want to do something really quick, you could maybe throw this in your crease, and if you want to be really quick, just throw some of this on your lid and go. Or, you know, deepen up the outer corner with this and throw some of that on your lid. You could, you know, vary this a little bit. Same thing with this one. My eye look today is pretty intense, but you could definitely lighten it up by using like this shade and this lighter pink. You know, there is a lighter pink shimmer, so you wouldn't have to do something as dark as what I did today, but I really wanted to use all the shadows in the pink one, so I think these are adorable, and I think they're good. So that is kind of my opinion on these little donut adorable little guys. And if you like videos like this, we'd love for you to join us, and we post new videos every Sunday and Wednesday and sometimes in between. And I hope that you have a great day. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Oh, Sunday. Oh, Monday.